back, everybody. It's your boy, Fleek. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not a boy. I'm gonna start off with that. Let's stop introducing ourselves as your boy. Grown ass man, about to be 40 years old up at this man.
Okay, I'm with it.
I mean, a couple years.
Right.
Don't be rounding up my age. I ain't 40 yet. I got a couple more years till I get there. Y'all hear her laughing over there. We got Phree in the building. What's up, Phree?
Hey, y'all. It's Auntie Phree.
What it is.
I have made it. I am here.
You're here. You're in the building. I appreciate you tapping in, joining again. And we got some things that we want to talk about today.
Yeah.
There's some current events that have happened. People have been diddling around, doing a little Diddy around the city. And it's wild. It's wild. Like,
it's very wild.
Sometimes I don't know exactly what's going on until someone says, like, yo, did you hear about this shit? And it's like, nah, not really. I still don't quite understand. I don't understand where Meek Mill plays a role in this.
Man.
I don't understand why someone raided his place. I don't understand the allegations, right?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? So what's your take on Mr. Take That?
Well, Diddy or Diddy? Diddy or Diddy? From what I'm understanding, a lot of this is the fallout from the lawsuit that Cassie had against him, and he hurried up and settled that case.
That out real quick.
Right? So, and since and during the lawsuit, a lot of people came forward. A lot of people start, sharing their Diddy stories. And since he settled that lawsuit, a few more people have came forward and are suing him. There's a Jane Doe that's accusing him of things, and she's going to have to reveal herself soon. And it's been a lot of people talking about Diddy. And can I say I'm surprised?
I don't think it's that surprising. I feel like when you've had a lot of money for like 3 decades, and you've had access to women and just
everything,
everything
at your disposal.
There's probably gonna be some things,
some weird things,
like what they say, absolute power corrupts.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's just Diddy though. I feel like there's a lot of people.
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, like even the wrestler dude, Vince McMahon. I was hearing some stuff. He was throwing some wild ass, and that's the thing too. Is like I've thrown some wild ass parties. Now,
when we say wild, how wild?
It's just like
like butt naked chicks running around.
You might see some things at one of my. But it's all consensual.
Okay.
No one's drugged up.
Yeah, okay.
Ain't none of that, none of that stuff is happening.
Everybody's just turned up.
Everybody's turned up. I call it like extreme adulting.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if you wanted to see something, you could probably see that maybe at one of my events. But it's on a classy level. You know what I mean? You're not waking up not knowing what's happening to you. Right. There's no inappropriateness, no indecent offers or what have you.
Yeah.
Things like, so I understand being a man of a certain ilk to throw a wild ass party. Like I enjoy, like some people come to my party like, hey man, I didn't expect to see that.
Right.
Like, yeah, that 100% happened at my party. Thanks for coming and having a good time.
Yeah.
But I guess when does it cross the boundaries, or when does someone feel like they're in the wrong place to, you know what I'm saying?
When does it cross the boundaries? So from what I understand at Diddy parties, these are all adults.
Yeah.
Okay, from what I understand, nothing has came forward about underage anything. I haven't heard anything. So these are all consenting adults. I guess when it crosses boundaries is when a person is no longer comfortable.
Yeah.
No longer comfortable. You know, it started out fun. Okay, now it's not so fun.
Yeah.
It's not so fun. So I say that's a good start of when we're crossing boundaries, when a person is no longer comfortable. But I did hear this accusation from this guy who worked on the last album with Diddy, the Love album or something. I can't remember what it was.
Which is a good ass album. Like, I liked it. And
I want to say he was one of the producers or something. I can't remember. It's been so much information. It's been so much information, but pretty much just saying that, pretty much that, Diddy violated his rear area.
Oh.
And I was just confused on how such a situation could occur. Yeah. Like he just hurried up and slid his hand down the back of your pants and, violated you, or I'm not a man.
Yeah.
I don't understand how a man can be in a room with another man and then
violations take place.
Not even just like a violation, because somebody can touch you inappropriately and you have your clothes on, right? But he's saying like his booty hole. And
sorry to laugh at that, but like what?
And it's like, if it wasn't consensual, then how did that?
How was your booty hole, sir? How was your booty?
I'm here for everybody who has a story. All victims should be heard.
Yeah.
But when you come forward with certain accusations, it's like, okay, you gotta explain.
You gotta ask questions like, well, how did you get in that situation where your booty hole was exposed, sir?
How did this happen? I'm just curious of the happenings. But it's just unfortunate. It's just another hit to the Black culture, the Black community. A person who was a mega pillar, as far as the music industry and helping make careers and all of those things. But you gotta pay the Pied Piper.
I just feel like if you have that lifestyle of partying so much, having these wild ass sexual things you're doing, you're gonna make somebody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like the odds are not every experience is gonna be a good experience.
Right.
Someone's during that time is gonna be like, that shit was not for me. This nigga tried to put his finger in my booty hole.
Right.
And J. Cole had to beat up Diddy because of that, probably.
Yeah.
I'm imagining, a couple people had to probably check Diddy.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
I mean, look, Kat said you gotta tell Diddy no. Kat told us in the interview on Shay Shay, you gotta tell Diddy no. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just. But again, like, you're a person of this high status, and it seems like you would have so many willing participants.
That's the power part. That's the power part.
You know what I mean? And
it's like, I think people engage in those activities because of who he is.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, what am I going to get out of it?
Yeah.
Am I going to get a record deal?
Right.
Am I going to get a chance to get more exposure or money? Like, I think maybe he doesn't say it, but I think that's implied.
Yeah.
Like, take that.
Yeah. And then, the whole Meek Mill thing. And it's just like.
So what's that about? Because I don't understand.
So supposedly, allegedly, there is a recording of Diddy and Meek. And you can probably Google it. It's probably still up somewhere, but it's just audio, and it's just suspect. It's just suspect. It's insinuating that they were engaging in activities together.
Okay.
And not probably, I want to say the other day, I want to say like maybe like somebody from like security or one of the bodyguards or somebody had said that they had heard something between Diddy and Meek.
Like, how far from the truth is some of the information? It's kind of what, you know what I mean?
It's like, all out there right now, and the whole settling with Cassie thing doesn't make it look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she, like, I don't know if anybody read the things. I didn't get to read all the things. I was, on TikTok and somebody else was sharing the highlights. But it sounds wild.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty wild. And they done ran up into his cribs, the feds, Homeland Security, and whoever else, they getting all the letters together. And
how are you fucking so much the feds get involved?
Well, he's being accused of sex trafficking.
Oh shit, didn't know that.
Yeah, the sex trafficking has came into play now. So once that's in the air, they gotta go find out something. They gotta go figure it out.
Now, hope my views don't get me canceled, but like pimping,
right?
Pimping is part of kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there are people that will do something strange for some change.
Yes.
And they should be compensated for the services.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's an adult. Yeah. He's an adult. They're adults. Mm-hmm. They get paid to do that thing. Yes. If Diddy paid them to do that thing, that should not necessarily be a crime.
It shouldn't be.
That, you know what I mean?
It shouldn't be. And I'm all for doing what you feel like you got to do to get that money. Using what you got to get what you want. We all know. We get where we going with this. I'm not encouraging it. However, I do understand that some women feel like that's all they have to offer, or that's all the way they know how to make money. Mm-hmm. So, who am I to knock your hustle? Who am I? I would love for them to legalize it so that there should be some boundaries and perimeters and, some safety nets put around these women who are participating in these things, because, we have other women working in the same area, but it's labeled something different. You know what I mean? So let's not look down on anybody who's doing that. Do what you gotta do, sis. But I hope he gets better for you. Mm-hmm. However, it should not be a crime. Yeah. If you're two willing adults who want exchange, fair exchange is no robbery.
When I think of sex trafficking, I think of like the worst. Children, women being taken against their will, right? Hoarded in fucking a crate or a box or some shit, like damn near child slavery. Like that's how I think of sex trafficking.
Yeah, that's the image I run with as well.
But I do understand that's the language that they use also to describe pimping. Yeah. Or just, sex work. Yeah. Which is unfortunate because sex work is very much in the entertainment industry.
Very much so.
Yeah, like a lot of people are paying for shit, paying for stuff. Yeah. Even if you go to a strip club, that's like a form of sex work. So.
Facts.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, we have to kind of revise the language and figure out,
Right. Right, because if it's not that, then we shouldn't be calling it that.
Yeah.
If it's not
However, if you are, it's a power, it's tricky. Like, are you using your power on someone to impose your will? And that's the tough part for me, because it's kind of hard to be like, yo, she might have been under duress or in a compromised situation where she did these things because she didn't have no other choice. Right. And you're Diddy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or whoever you are. I'm not saying it has to be Diddy, but like whoever you are, you found someone that was down bad, that needed money, and exploited them. Okay. But they're adults.
It's that gray area.
Right?
It's that gray area. And again, when you're an adult and you have the right over your life, you're choosing your experiences for the most part, right? So I don't know. To me, it's definitely an abuse of power, because you know that your status is influential enough to make a person do something, whatever that something is. But me being the type of person that I am, I'm not doing anything that's going to compromise my character or my morals. Yeah. So there's a line that I'm not willing to cross. And when you don't have that line already drawn in the sand for yourself, it's easy to fall prey to people of such power. So that's why it's important when entering into this type of business that you know where you draw the line. So then you know where to walk away. You should definitely have your number in your head of what am I, because to a certain degree, we're all selling ourselves, right? But there's a ethical way. And if you don't have that set number, if you don't have that line drawn in the sand for yourself, you are susceptible.
Yeah.
To falling in such experiences, and it's unfortunate, and nobody wants anybody to go through such a thing, but it's just, you have to have that limit. Especially, we've heard all the stories about the casting couch. You feel me? You couldn't convince me to come to a casting couch by myself at midnight.
Right. Yeah. You
couldn't do that. Now, I get the business at times, and sometimes it's like, oh, I just flew in for the night and I have this meeting, and after this meeting, I can meet with you and we can see what we can work with. I get that there's maybe some weird hours that may be involved, but you couldn't get me to pull up by myself, though.
In a private place, like,
you know what I mean? Like, you just
meet like in a public space, at least have more people with you than
in your room, in your hotel room. Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm not coming by myself. Somebody's coming with me. So it's just understanding, like, okay, if this is as far as I'm willing to go, how can I protect that? How am I supposed to be moving? You know what I mean? Like, we have a whole bunch of stories from the video girls from the era, and you know what I mean? Like, they have tons of stories of how they were treated so poorly, but they put up with it for the 30 seconds in the video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like,
that's that Players Club. Like, that movie really did identify an issue in the culture. People were just accepting this like barbaric behavior.
Yeah.
That like rapey ass behavior. Like,
right.
That's that we do have to have ethics. And I think that's a great point that you made there. Like, you can go have fun, good adult fun, but what are your ethics?
Yeah.
What are you doing to make sure you're causing less harm in these situations?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I don't know what's happening next for Diddy. Again, his homes have been ran into. A couple of his sons got detained. They said his plane was in Antigua or something. And it's just a whole lot going on with this man. It's a whole lot going on with this man. So hopefully justice happens as it should. He shouldn't be dealing with things that aren't true, but I do believe that some of these things are true.
Yeah. It's like with Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think all that's true.
Right.
But I'm sure during that time period with those type of drugs, he was doing some of that shit.
He
said,
grandpa, some pudding, like, I don't know, Bill, I don't know, but yeah, it's just very unfortunate that it keeps being black men's faces put to these types of situations when we know that this has happened, I don't know how many times before with other men who are not black, who don't get half the media coverage that the black men do. Because Weinstein was wild, but it was hardly a peep.
Yeah.
It was hardly a peep. Like, you really had to go searching for that. Like, and like, there was no cameras allowed in his courtroom, and you know what I mean? It was a whole lot of like, oh, let's keep this at the bare minimum as much as possible. And like, a lot of his stories are horrendous.
Worse.
Yeah, way worse.
Way worse stories.
But unfortunately, and this is something that I was like, they found like an underground tunnel under Diddy's house.
Oh, shit.
One of the houses. I want to say the one in LA. They found like an underground tunnel. So it was like,
it just keeps getting what?
It was like, oh, Diddy.
There's nothing wrong with having an underground tunnel.
There's nothing wrong with it.
If you're not stealing people.
There's nothing wrong with it per se, but what are you doing with it? That's the question. All right.
Yeah. Great question. We Diddy, if you're listening to this and you feel like giving us some answers, you're always welcome to come down to the podcast and have a conversation with us. Man, we want the best outcome for people to be healed. What I really want is accountability too.
Yeah.
Like, if you out here fucking shit up like that, you got to be accountable for what you did.
Yeah.
And also, black men and women, but black men specifically, we got to hold other black men accountable doing this fucked up shit. So we're not going to be able to write our own narrative, but we can at least help police each other.
Yeah.
Help correct course of action on each other. Like, hey, bro, what you doing is fucked up, or what you did is or what you're thinking about is fucked up. Don't do that. You know what I mean? And we got to have those checks and balances in our community.
Absolutely.
Yo, I appreciate you having a conversation with me about this quick. And, you know what I mean?
Did he or didn't he do it?
let people know where they can find you at. How they can connect with you?
Free to Truth everywhere. PHREETHA Truth. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I try to be everywhere. And also Goddess Vibes Yoga, because I'm on that yoga journey, y'all. So tap in with your girl.
Yeah, let me see that bottle right there. I want to hold that up to the camera right quick. If y'all dealing with some negative energy, see that right there?
Yeah.
If someone is giving you the heebie-jeebies and bad vibes, you know what I mean? You can get right up on them with it, direct contact, but also just spray the air. It'll clear the air in the room. Almost like a sage,
Yeah, it's like sage in a bottle.
Sage in a bottle. So hit up Free for some of that Beach be going.
Yes, that BBG.
BBG, you feel me? Y'all have a good night. Thank you for watching the show. Like, comment, subscribe.
Peace.